area, very, very close to the Karbala football stadium. Little Alawi here is having fun on my phone. A beautiful family, lovely family, but again, another sad, sad story. Unfortunately, Alawi's father passed away from a heart attack, leaving behind 4 children, 4 orphans. Now, unfortunately, the mother doesn't work and she's trying whatever she can to get by. But at the same time, it's just not enough for her to raise 4 children. They need school fees being paid for, they need books to be paid for, they need clothes, and also they need food. And due to the lack of food, a lot of the children are very malnourished. They have a lack of minerals, and there's issues with iron deficiency and other nutrients that they require are deficient in their bodies. Now, Alawi here is having a really, really fun time at the moment and laughing and giggling. However, the family may have to leave this place because of the football stadium being extended and so forth. A lot of these houses are being demolished. Now, if they have to leave, there's nowhere else for them to go. So where would they go? And where could little Alawi here play? Brothers and sisters, I'm begging of you to help out this family. Support, donate, do whatever you can so that these children can smile and play. They can eat properly, they can go to school and study, and inshallah they'll be able to become something. All they need is an opportunity, all they need is a chance, all they need is a level playing field. And I'm telling you, these kids will flourish. Please donate.
Your contribution can help us break the cycle of poverty and create a brighter future for generations to come.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to another live fundraising show exclusively on Imam Hussein TV. You're watching Imam Hussein Charity's exclusive fundraising show. Myself, Ali Fadl, and I'm also joined, alhamdulillah, by Sayyid Muhsin, who's alhamdulillah feeling a bit better. Sayyid Muhsin, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'd like to thank all the viewers for the du'as and praying for my shafa'ah. I've made a very, very steady recovery.
Yeah?
But good enough to come back and to help those less fortunate.
I feel like you're forced to come on regardless of whether you feel good or not.
We need to discuss my contract. It's for a good cause.
It's lovely to have you back on.
Thank you very much.
Although in saying that, yesterday we had a beautiful, beautiful show with Amir Reza, who was deputizing for you, who did a fantastic job, as well as Yasser, who was just sprouting wisdom from his mouth, mashallah.
Can't go wrong with Yasser.
But look, we're in high spirits. We want to wish you a fantastic Ramadan Kareem to you all. And inshallah, you're enjoying Ramadan so far. It hasn't been too difficult. However, there is a massively, massively important cause that we are fundraising for. As you know, it's very easy for you to turn on the tap water, to get clean water. It's very easy for you to turn on the electricity. It's very, very easy for you to have a roof over your head, family, food on the table. You know, you're fasting, although you're hungry, you're thinking about the religion, you're thinking about, you know, your development, but you know that at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, you're going to have a meal that's prepared for you. But for the millions of people out there that don't have that at hand, this is the cause that we're fundraising for. This is the cause that you can be involved in making a change. Because one thing I want to mention, and just a bit of a reflection around the orphans, especially the orphans. In this month, we do remember Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. And towards the 19th of Ramadan, where he was struck. And when he was struck, he laid in the bed for about 3 days. In those 3 days, you would see countless and numerous orphans coming knocking on the door of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Why? Because he was known as the father of the orphans.
I think they came to bring milk, isn't it? They used to bring him milk.
Exactly. They came to bring milk. They came to bring anything that they could find within their means, and these are orphans, by the way. They came to bring anything within their means for them to help Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. So that was his legacy. His legacy, the person that we follow and we remember every single day, the month in which we remember his martyrdom, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. His legacy was that he was the father of the orphans. So inshallah, you today now can follow in that legacy by donating. The campaign lines or the campaigns that we are fundraising for, Sayyid Muhsin?
We are mainly campaigning for 3 campaigns, and as you were mentioning, Amir al-Mu'mineen and the father of the orphans, you can sponsor an orphan for only £50. £50 will allow an orphan to purchase clothes, school equipment. It will help for their school travel and also for their school fees, to give them an education and a better chance at life. Furthermore, we have the Iftar pack campaign, where £30 will give a family an Iftar pack, which is full of goods such as rice, flour, lentils, spices, tea, dried lemons, fruit, vegetables, meat as well, and so forth, for them to have iftar and also suhoor throughout the holy month of Ramadan.
Right.
And finally, for Pakistan, we have the water well campaign, £1,400 for a water well to give fresh, clean water to those villages and those less fortunate areas.
Yesterday, although you missed it, but we had a fantastic night of fundraising, because both Yasser and Amir Reza they pledged half, so £700 and £700 to purchase a water well. Amir Reza actually mentioned it in the name of his father. May Allah bless his soul, who's passed away. So Amir Reza's done it in his name. Yasser's got his own motives as well. So it was fantastic to see. But Sayyid Mohsin, you've spoken to a lot of orphans, especially in these videos. Excuse me. What is the important? You mentioned education as well, especially the £50 for the orphans.
Yes.
Why is it important for them to receive these donations, especially when it comes to education?
You see, with an education, well, it's the same here in the UK, especially when it comes to people from ethnic backgrounds here in the UK. We're forced to have a good education. Why? So that we have a better chance at life. We have a better chance of getting a better job. A better job means a better salary. A better salary means better progression, an easier life.
Yeah.
Now, for a lot of these orphans who have no patriarch in their family, no one earning money, for them, all they want is, look, I don't need you guys to sponsor me so I can just feed myself and live the rest of my life like this. No, I want to be able to become something.
Absolutely.
With every orphan that you see, don't look at an orphan. There's a doctor, there's an engineer, there's a lawyer, there's a pilot, there's a philosopher, a thinker, there's even probably a marja.
Or a footballer.
Or even, there you go, even a football player.
Yeah.
So each one has the potential. Don't knock these kids off. They've got potential. They're not what's the word? They're very, very educated. They're very, very intelligent.
Yeah.
They have the ability to be something. They just need that chance.
Inshallah.
Brothers and sisters, you can give them that chance. £50 a month. The phone lines are open, 0203 515 1122, or you can visit www.imamhusseincharity.com. The QR code will be there somewhere.
Yeah.
And also there's the bank details will be there if you would like to bank transfer.
Absolutely. So ongoing throughout these shows, every single night or every single show, we've had a competition, right? In the last show, we asked you the question of Imam Hussein describing someone in the battlefield as resembling the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who was that person? So the answer was Ali Akbar alayhi salam, as we know. For you to enter that competition, however, the minimum is a £5 donation, and then you're entered into a draw. I have the winners from yesterday's show. So if you did take part and you are watching the show, the name or the names of those who won are actually 2 brothers who delved into their pocket money, told their parents, we want to take part. They knew the answer to the question, and they took part. So the winners are Seyhan and Nayan Ali.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Seyhan and Nayan Ali, congratulations. You have won some excellent Islamic jewelry, which we'll show in a couple of minutes. It's not a problem now. But they will be, and you know what? It's not one. We're going to send you 2 so that the 2 brothers can enjoy the Islamic jewelry as well. On that note, today's question and today's competition, as I mentioned, it is a minimum £5 entry to enter the competition. Today's question is, you have it on your
I do indeed.
Thing, yeah?
I do believe the question is, the only question I've got here is, how many chapters in the Quran are dedicated to animals, and can you name these surahs?
Yep.
How many chapters are dedicated to animals, and can you name those surahs? I think English is alright, isn't it? You don't have to name it now.
Yeah. English is probably alright.
English is fine.
Yeah, for example, if I'm going to give you one of the answers, but if it's
the famous one is the cow.
It's Baqarah, you can write Baqarah or cow. It's up to you. So I've given you one of the. Whoa, I can't say what's I was just about to reveal.
Don't say how many.
Okay, cool. So I've given you one answer. It's now up to you to find out how many chapters in the Quran are named after animals. in the Quran. So the way to enter is you have to send a WhatsApp. I think you also have to kind of send proof of your donation. Minimum is £5.
Yeah.
So send proof of your donation with your answer, and that way you'll be entered into the raffle or into the draw to know who the winner is, inshallah, in the next show. We have a very small video, Sayyid Mohsin. Once we have that video, once we see the video, we will be then able to welcome our first guest for today. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Assalamu alaikum guys, my name is Hussein Shah. I'm here in my hometown in Rawalpindi, Dokrata. I just want to show you guys the water that's around here. Now if you come closer and have a look, you can see there's absolutely rubbish everywhere you look. There's people have been throwing their garbage and so forth, and this has been going on for the last, you can say, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. There's a horse having a little shit, like a little bath there, and there's kids playing. Now, those kids that are playing, that water is contaminated. God knows what diseases they're going to pick up, and you know, how long they can be unwell for. In terms of the horse, why is there a horse in the middle of a dirty river? I don't know. I don't think that's even, you know, clean enough water for the horse to be bathing in. But you know, this is very, very common theme here in Pakistan. You can see people have set up tents and so forth to live close to water, as this is the only water supply that they can get. The government don't do anything. The people have complained and they've like lobbied and so forth, but nothing seems to be changing. So it's people like you that we depend on in order to make a change, that you can bring fresh, clean water here in Pakistan.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to Imam Hussein TV. If you've just joined us, you are watching Imam Hussein Charity's live fundraising shows. We are having a very, very excited day so far and a night so far. We've had donations come in, which is fantastic to see. I wanted to, before I bring in the guest, I wanted to actually pick your brains on the video that we've just seen.
Okay.
You mentioned to me off air that it was your hometown. So how do you feel, you know, seeing your hometown in that kind of state?
It's absolutely disgusting. Because my father, he told me that back in like the 1930s and 40s, the river was clean. People would come and wash their clothes there and so forth. And now, because there's just so much pollution, there's so much litter and so forth, it's absolutely polluted. And you saw in the video, there's a horse. Someone brought their horse to bathe the horse in the river. There was kids further back playing. I mean, this is not a clean, safe environment for children to play in. But the reality is that for many, and because I said that there was tents there, people were trying to live there as well, because that's the only source of water that they have.
That was the only source of water.
That's the only source of water that
and it's dirty, polluted water.
Yes.
So what would a water well do to these guys?
For a water well, for these people, it will bring them fresh water. Now with fresh water, you can fresh water to drink to keep healthy, but also to sanitize and keep clean, and also to, you know, push away diseases and so forth, so that they can have a more healthier life, inshallah.
Oh, inshallah, inshallah. So on that note, we're going to welcome our first guest for today. You've seen his face last year on the Shia Voice. We're absolutely privileged to have onto the stage here with us. Can we welcome Muhammad Al-Qasir with allow salawat ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa
Muhammad, how are you? How's everything okay? How's Ramadan been so far?
All good.
So I asked this question to most of our guests, and we asked it at the beginning of Ramadan. What are your expectations of Ramadan? What are you hoping to achieve in this holy month?
I hope to achieve that there are less people.
Yeah.
There are less people that are poor. There are less people that don't suffer that much.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
That's what I hope.
Absolutely. Inshallah. And what kind of activities do you hope to do in order to help those who are less fortunate? So some people may say, you know, I want to spread awareness through social media. Some people may say, I want to donate. Some people may say, you know, I want to create awareness in my local community. What sort of activities are you hoping to do in order to help those who are less fortunate than us?
Try motivate people. Try tell people to donate, and
Ahsan, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
It's a live fundraising show. And inshallah, with your inspiration and your motivation, you'll help inspire many to donate.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, our main focus for tonight, as Muhammad Qasir mentioned, is to fundraise. So, in terms of what you're able to do, we've made it so simple for you in order to donate to the cause. And those three simple campaigns are a means for you to be able to help orphans, you're able to help those who are less fortunate in terms of an iftar pack. And as we've discussed with Sayyid Muhsin, there's a water well campaign, which is absolutely fantastic. The amount of benefit for you as a person and for those you're building the water well for is enormous. Like we cannot overestimate or even over-mention the impact of the water well. As we mentioned as well, Yasser and Amir Reza, yesterday, they pledged £700 each to have a water well. So it's not that hard, brothers and sisters. A lot of people, what they're doing is they say, listen, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, let's come together.
Get together. 14 people.
14 people,
£100
each. It's very, very, very simple, right?
Very straightforward.
Mohammed, I wanted to ask you another question. In terms of a personality that you maybe look up to, but can you think of a personality that has inspired you to give to those who are less fortunate?
Yeah, the ones who inspire me are Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam.
MashaAllah.
And there is a story that really inspired me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions it in the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Insan, about the story which is very famous when Imam Ali alayhi salam, Sayyid Zahra, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, when they were fasting and when they wanted to break their fast, an orphan, a poor and a prisoner came to their house and they were asking for food. So Ahl al-Bayt, the people of the house, they gave them their iftar and they broke their fast with water.
Wow.
So yeah,
and it happened on 3 different
on 3
days,
days, yes,
right?
on
So,
3 different
so for the
nights.
first day, who came? The poor person came to the house.
Poor,
so then they gave what they had to the poor person. On the second day, they were about to have iftar, and who came?
Orphan.
The orphan came.
Yes.
So they gave to the orphan, and on third, there was a prisoner.
Yeah, the prisoner.
Was there an ayah that was released after that? I mean.
Yeah.
that one. وَيَتِيمًا وَأَسِيرًا. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so there was actually a Quranic ayah, a Quranic verse that was revealed about the Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam, who had this virtue of being able to give, not on 1 occasion, not on 2 occasions, but on 3 occasions when they were breaking their fast. The time where everything is prepared, they're just about to have their iftar. They've been fasting 16, 17 hours probably. I'm not sure how long they were fasting for. But someone came to the door that was less fortunate and they said, no, we have to give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's what we're asking you, brothers and sisters, to give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to donate what small change, money, whatever it is that you can spare. We're more than happy to take it.
You may want to donate in in your name, in the name of your loved ones, in the name of your marhum. You know what I mean? The donation lines are open 0203 515 1122. There's also a WhatsApp number. You can contact us on that. www.imamhusseincharity.com to donate online. And inshallah, your donation will go towards helping either an orphan, a family have iftar, or providing clean water for those less fortunate in Pakistan.
Do you know? Yeah, sorry, you were going to say.
I was going to ask that you get up to a lot. Off Ramadan time. I mean, we've seen your face on television as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Where have we seen your face?
Shia voice.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. And Ali Father, you are very familiar with the Shia voice.
I am very familiar with Shia voice. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. I was the one that was standing next to Muhammad Al-Qasir when he had that fantastic feedback from the judges. So it was very, very nice. I think you made it through to the next round, didn't you?
Yeah,
you did.
I think you got to the finals.
You got to the
Oh, you went to the finals?
Yeah, you got to the finals. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that must have been quite an experience for you, right?
It's amazing.
Amazing experience, right? So look, today we are emphasizing on 2 of the campaigns, and that is the iftar pack and also the water wells. The water well campaign we'll talk about with our other guests, but I just want to mention a couple of facts that can bring it really closer to home. And that is 1 in 10 people around the world experience chronic hunger. That's around 815 million people, right? Wow. Hunger kills more people every year than AIDS, malaria and tuberculosis combined. 1 in 4 people are estimated to be hungry in the sub-Saharan Africa, including Tanzania and Kenya. 315,000 women die in childbirth every year because of basic nutrient deficiencies caused by hunger. 45% of deaths among children under 5 are caused by a lack of nourishment. A lack of nourishment for children under the age of 5. And 3.1 billion people cannot afford a nutritious meal. ladies and gentlemen. Dear viewers, 3.1 billion people cannot afford a nutritious meal. Now you might be thinking this is such a large number, my small 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds is not going to make a difference. It does make a difference. 100%. Trust me, it does. Because we've seen that when the donations come through, they all add up to a significant amount that can make small, like, you know, when you're little chinks off the armor, and then slowly we can make that change where that hopefully that number is reduced, inshallah. We want to hear your voices, brothers and sisters, dear viewers at home. We want to hear your voices. Myself, Sayyid Muhsin Muhammad Qasir, we want to hear your voices. Please do call in. The number to call is
0203 515 1122. That's for to get into the studio, and also our volunteers are there if you want to make a donation. If you're happy to do it by yourself, you can go to the website www.imamhusseincharity.com or just scan the QR code over here.
Yeah, and even if these facts may make no difference to you, there are hadiths from the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam that show you the importance of giving in this holy month and even outside this holy month. Because Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, feeding a hungry Muslim is from among the means of forgiveness.
Wow.
Feeding a hungry Muslim is among the means of forgiveness. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, attract sustenance by giving charity. Attract sustenance by giving charity. Imam Sadiq is further on to say, an act of charity shields us of 70 evils of this world, including an ill-fated death. The one who gives charity never dies ill-fatedly. And that's why we're telling you, brothers and sisters, to donate to the £30 Iftar campaign. What do they expect to get, these those who are less
you
fortunate?
See behind here, this is, I think it's from last year, but you know, there's rice, there's flour, there's oil, there's lentils, there's vegetables, there's fruit.
100,000 meals.
This year, I think they're aiming for 100,000 meals, and you can see there flour, dates, oil.
Wow.
There's so many different.
On that note, we have a very short video that will actually explain to you what is inside these baskets, so that you know that your donation could go towards helping those who are less fortunate.
Imam Hussein Charity is giving you the chance to provide food baskets for destitute and impoverished families all over Iraq and Afghanistan. So let's see what your donation gets, Ali. We have oil, tomato paste, we have tahini, lentils, sugar, tea, pasta, tuna cans, salt, dates, rice. She would also be receiving fruit, vegetable and meats, and that comes fresh on the day delivery and only costs £30. Brothers and sisters, you can pay via bank transfer, PayPal, or you can visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Your donation can make a world of difference in the life of a hungry child.
So there you have it, brothers and sisters. You've seen in the video what goes into these boxes that could help those who are less fortunate. You know, yesterday we saw the power of giving as a group, as a team. Yeah. Because sometimes people might think, oh, you know what, 1,400 is a bit of a burden. What can the viewers do in order to really pull together? What can they do so that they can bring donations together?
£1,400 does sound like a lot of money. And you know, for some people, it's more than their wages.
Yeah.
But coming together as a group, you know, maybe 10 of you could come together, £140 each. Maybe 14 of you can come together, that's £100 each. Maybe a small community, especially if you are from the Pakistani community, because these are your people. You guys could come together, Husseiniya or Imam Barga can come together, which has 500 members, 1,000 members. Listen, everyone, let's get together. Everyone give £15, £20, £10. Let's together, you know, over the course of Ramadan, not you know within a couple of days or so. Over the course of Ramadan, everyone put in what you can. Let's raise money. Let's try and raise £1,400 for us to provide a well, which will provide clean water for some remote villages in Pakistan where they can have clean drinking water to help them from stop getting ill, and also to sanitize and to clean and to keep healthy. Inshallah.
Muhammad, I wanted to ask you in terms of. Can you give us an example of where you were actually charitable to someone that was less fortunate.
Yeah, I remember when I was in Iraq, when I was going to ziyarah in the holy land of Karbala.
MashaAllah.
I remember there were young children, they were looking for food and clothes in the bins.
Allah.
In the bins. So I gave a charity. So people like them need your help. You need to donate to place happiness into their hearts.
Inshallah, inshallah. And there was quite a lot of them, right? And
Yeah.
But in Arba'in, is this Arba'in time? Or-
Muharram Arba'in.
Muharram Arba'in. So we were actually mentioning this the other day that, you know, in Muharram, it's a season where most of the mawakib, the people who are the local servants, they, you know, they come out and they cook food for the general public. Arba'in, you know, you have a whole road from Najaf to Karbala that's just basically an open banquet for people. But what do you think will happen to these young orphans or those young children who don't have those means outside of the Arba'in and the Muharram period?
They will suffer. Because they need help. They need donations. That's why we're here. To collect and give donations to them and help them and support them.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Fantastic words. And look, as we mentioned on a regular basis, we're talking about the Iftar pack today. But actually, something that a thought came to my mind. Many of you viewers who have tuned in now were probably thinking, you know, in 5 or 10 minutes you're going to be tuning into the first episode of the 2023 Shia Voice.
Inshallah.
You're not wrong. It is going to be on this channel. However, it's in an hour's time. So please stay tuned because obviously the Shia Voice is very much anticipated. However, look, we're asking you, those who are sitting at home, you could be in Africa, in America, Australia, wherever you may be, go into your pockets. We're able to collect funds from any international country in the world. It's very, very simple. All you need to do is scan that something over there, the QR code.
Right, there you go.
Yep, you can scan the QR code. It will take you straight to the app, straight to the website, and the website is very, very simple to follow the procedure of how to donate. We do have another call. Well, we have our first caller on the line. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Ahlan, can I get your name and where you're calling from, please?
My name is Rahil and I'm calling from Peterborough.
Rahil from Peterborough. Thank you so much for your call. How's Ramadan going for you so far?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah? You going to your local mosque?
Yes.
Yes? Fantastic. I wanted to ask, I know it's the beginning of Ramadan, but what are you hoping to achieve out of Ramadan this year?
I'm hoping to achieve closeness to Allah.
Fantastic,
Inshallah,
fantastic.
inshallah.
We really, really appreciate your call, Rahil. We're going to ask as well, how much are you looking to donate to the charity today?
£10 inshallah.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. How old are you, Rahil?
I'm 9 years old.
9 years old. See that, ladies and gentlemen? A 9-year-old has said, you know what?
Can I ask what motivated you or what inspired you to donate?
Good question.
I was watching you guys on TV. I was seeing how people are suffering, so I thought might as well donate.
Fair play. Good on you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Really, really appreciate it, Rahil. And look, as I was saying, Rahil saw it within his own heart and said, you know what, Mum, Dad, I want to make a phone call to Imam Hussein TV. I want to make a phone call to Imam Hussein Charity, and I want to tell them, look, I'm going to pledge for £10 to charity, which is a fantastic amount. Rahil, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
It's okay.
Absolutely fine. So look, that's, as I mentioned, this is the power of giving. The power of giving, not just yourself. Not, you might be just sitting alone, or you might be sitting with family members. You might turn to your family member and say, listen, why don't we just put that phone out, let's make a small donation. You don't have to tell us about it, but if you want to tell us about it, absolutely fine. Our WhatsApp lines are open as well. If you want to send in a message of encouragement, send in a message to motivate others as well, absolutely fine. We'll read out your messages, even if you want to put your name on there as well. We're more than happy to give some shout outs. So do let us know. Say, Muhsin, not the Iftar campaign. We're going to kind of have a segue into the water well campaign. In terms of the water wells, and we've mentioned the benefit of it, but how can we relate this back to Imam Hussein alayhi salam? The importance of the water well.
When we think of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, we think of two things. We either think of Karbala and what happened, or we think of him being thirsty. hand in hand. They go together. When it comes to thirst, we think about Abdullah al-Hussein. We think of his camp. We think of Sayyid Zainab Salaam alayha. We think of the children, the young children that were there who were screaming, Atash, Atash, we need water, we want water. Abu Father went to get water, but unfortunately never returned, and so forth. So when it comes to giving water, we this year, we understand the importance of water as a human necessity. We understand water, you know, and being that from our own Ahlul Bayt were deprived of water, how can we deprive these people of water? And these are fellow Shia that we're helping.
Absolutely.
These are our people, our community that we're helping. So together, inshallah, brothers and sisters, whether you do it as a community project, you're raising money, whether it's you and your friends, you and your family, whatever you are doing, please donate 0203 515 1122, and inshallah you guys will be providing a fresh spring, a water well for those people in Pakistan and remote villages.
It's all happening today. We have another caller on the line. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Ahlan wa sahlan. I think I know who this is, but can I get your name and where you're calling from, please?
Zain from Wembley.
Zain from Wembley. No, I don't know who this is, Zain. How are you, Zain? Hope all is well.
Alhamdulillah.
Ramadan Kareem to you. How's it going?
Thank you. Alhamdulillah, all is well.
Alhamdulillah, fantastic. I'm asking all of the guests that, you know, we're in the third or fourth day. Third day, I think, of Ramadan. Third day? Fourth?
Eve of the fourth.
Eve of the fourth, something like that. We're quite early. We're quite early anyway, brother Zain. What are you hoping to achieve out of Ramadan?
This year I'm looking to complete the whole Quran, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Fantastic. Cool. And we're going to ask you how much, inshallah, you're going to be donating for the charity today.
I want to make a condition before I do that.
Yeah.
I know Muhammad Tafsir very well, and I've seen him at my local mosque a couple times as well.
Okay.
And I remember him running around as a kid. But I want him to give us a 2-minute lecture, then I'll give £100 in his name.
Oh, mashallah.
But he
Fantastic.
has to give us a 2-minute lecture.
All right, so Muhammad Qasir, get that 2 minute.
Yeah,
You have 2 minutes. Well, you have a minute to think about your 2-minute lecture. But brother Zain, I was going to ask you how do you motivate others to also be encouraged to give us a call and donate as well?
I think just seeing what you guys do and what you're doing for the poor is what pushes us to give more and more, inshallah. And these narrations that Sayyid Muhsin Shah gives us and the videos we see of the work that's been done in Iraq is what pushes us to continue giving in the name of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and in the name of his charity.
Thank you very much. So we have £100 pending your 2-minute lecture, Muhammad Qasir. Zain, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Stay on the line so that you can hear Muhammad Qasir's lecture. Go ahead, Muhammad Qasir. Bismillah.
About anything specifically?
Anything you want. He wanted a 2-minute lecture.
Straight there, that camera.
As we were talking about Karbala, I would like to talk about Karbala Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states in the beginning of Surah Al-Maryam, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan ar-rajim, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. Shaykh al-Saduq says in his book Kamaluddin, also known as Ikmaluddin, that our awaited Saviour, Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallahu Ta'ala Farjuh al-Sharif, says the Kaf is Karbala. And Shaykh al-Saduq also says in his book Ma'ani al-Akhbar that Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam says Al-Kafu kafin li shi'atina. The Kaf is enough for our Shia, meaning Karbala is enough for the Shia of Ahlul Bayt in everything they want to know about this world and the hereafter. And there is a story, I don't know, time is a bit too long.
Yeah.
Too long.
Inshallah, Zain will increase his donation to 150 the longer you go.
Fidda, Sayyid Fidda, who was the servant of Sayyid Zahra, Imam Ali, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, Sayyid Zainab and Kulthum, peace be upon them all. She came to Sayyid Zainab. And this story is mentioned in the book of Al-Kafi, in the holy blessed book. And she says, my lady, tomorrow they want to come and trample on the body of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So I heard there is a lion on the Alqami river. So do you give me permission to go and talk to him and to tell him to come and protect the body of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So Sayyidah Zainab accepted it. But why did Lady Fidda ask permission from Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam? Why did she not just go to the lion and ask to tell him to come and protect the body of Imam Hussein alayhi salam? She asked her because Imam Hussein alayhi salam entrusted Lady Zainab with the affairs of the Imamah in order to protect Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. And is that 10 or?
No, keep going.
Keep going? Yeah, you got 20 seconds there.
20 seconds?
Yeah.
So Fidda went to the lion and told him, Fidda had the knowledge of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. She could talk the language of the animals, animals. And she learnt from the knowledge of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. So then what about the knowledge of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam? If we gather the knowledge of the skies and the seas and the earths and all beings, all creation of Allah, it would not be like a drop from the knowledge in the ocean of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam.
Subhanallah. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali.
The only reason I had to go, that was fabulous, by the way. That's absolutely amazing. The only reason I can't do because we have another caller on the line. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Can I get your name and where you're calling from, please?
My name is Nooreen Dirani. I'm calling from Leicester.
Nooreen, it's a pleasure to hear from you. How's everything? Inshallah, all is well.
Alhamdulillah, everything's fantastic. Everything's fine. I'm just looking forward to listening to Shia voice at 10 o'clock.
We can imagine a lot of viewers at home are like, oh, why is this show on? We want to watch Shia voice. But you're here and you're live now on Imam Hussein Charity's fundraising show. How much, inshallah, are you going to be donating for today?
I want to donate £50, inshallah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Thank you very, very much for that donation. Can we ask what's motivated you to call?
I just want to call, just want to give, I've been to Iraq and I've seen the orphans, and I just want to donate towards the orphans. And the other thing is, I just like to request every viewer that's listening. At the moment, my sister, she's not very well at all. Okay. And I just want everyone to pray for her and Allah give her shifa, please shifa.
What's your sister's name?
Shahr Parveen.
Shahr Parveen. Inshallah, to all those watching, please pray for the shifa of Shahr Parveen, inshallah, sister Shahr Parveen. Inshallah, we ask from Imam Sajjad, who was the one that was ill in Karbala, and from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, to give shifa to sister Shahr Parveen, inshallah, and she have a full recovery. I've been ill recently. I'm sure mine is nothing compared to your sister, but I managed to come, heal, and inshallah, definitely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help heal your sister, definitely.
Inshallah.
Noreen,
and you guys are doing a fantastic job, absolutely amazing job. May Allah reward you and bless you in this holy month of Ramadan. You guys are absolutely fantastic, and you definitely motivate my kids as well, alhamdulillah.
Fantastic. You've been an absolute star. Thank you so much for your time, Noreen. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. You take care.
Thank you.
Have a blessed Ramadan.
Thank you. So there you have it. First and foremost, we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just to echo your words in the name of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, who was the ill one of Karbala. And many of us will go to Imam Sajjad for his position with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the name of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam that he cures all of those that are sick, particularly Shahr, who is the sister of Nooreen Dirani, who called in from Leicester, if I'm not mistaken. So, as I mentioned, it's all happening. We're live here from London. For those of you who are calling in, please do call. You're going to be put through to us so that we can have a quick word. Anything that you want to mention in terms of motivation, any encouragement that you want to give, you want to donate on the air, that's absolutely fine as well. If you just want to say hello, look, I'm sitting at home waiting for Shia voice, but hey, you guys are doing a fantastic job. By all means, give us a call. We have another phone caller on the line.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Amin Keek.
Sorry, Amin?
And my brother's called My name is called Amin Keek.
Okay.
And my brother's called Masin Khayfa.
MashaAllah. Where are you calling from?
Amin and Mehdi? Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
Amin and Matin.
Mateen?
We're called, yes.
Okay. Amin and Mateen. Fine, we'll take that. All right, cool.
And where are you calling from?
Q.
Oh, that's a very posh part of London. Near Richmond, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, mashallah. The I think it's Kew Gardens. Is the
Kew
famous
Gardens,
area.
Richmond,
Yeah,
Tottenham and all of that, Ealing,
Mashallah. And how come you've called today?
Because we want to donate £50 for orphans.
Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad
wa ali
Muhammad.
Mashallah. What inspired you to donate to the orphans? I mean, some of these orphans are your age, some of them are younger than you as well. So what's motivated you? What's inspired you that you want to give to help orphans?
Because we're lucky to have mum and dad.
Mashallah, you are indeed. And even me at my old age, I'm lucky to still have my mum and dad. And it's a blessing to have your mother and father. But for many orphans, they don't have that. But how's your Ramadan going, by the way? Are you fasting? Are you enjoying your fast?
Yeah, I was fasting today. And Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak to you. Thank you so much for your call and for your donation.
Yeah, really appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much for that. And once again, this is just another phone call where a younger member of the community has called in, which actually shows that their parents are pushing them to make those phone calls.
And I think it's really important as well that from a young age we teach our children to give to charity. You know what I mean? Because parting away with money is never easy, but parting away for a good cause. My teachers back in the house would say, some people, they've never give to charity because they've never tasted the pleasure of helping somebody. And when you help someone, the satisfaction, the ease you have in your heart that you've made a difference for someone. Wow. And and the other thing is not only that you give to charity to someone, but that person's dua for you, Ya Allah, this person gave to me, give him more.
Absolutely.
So he can help more.
Absolutely.
And so forth.
One thing I've also noticed as well, that when our young kids grow up in this world, they are to a certain extent shielded from the horrors that happens outside of their local kind of community, which we do want to protect them. At the same time, we have to encourage them, say, listen, you guys, what you have now, you're very lucky to have. Mum and dad do give you the presents, they do give you the clothes, you do have the homes, you do have the holidays, you do have the cars, all of that. But let's take a moment to step out of that and actually see your age. Imagine you weren't born into this family. Imagine you were born into this family. How would you react then? What would you do then?
Exactly.
You would be calling out to people in these areas to say, listen, I have a right over you almost for their to receive their support.
We look in the Quran, Surah Fajr. It's one of my favorite surahs to read because there Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you, did you honor the orphans?
Wow. Specifically?
Yeah, specifically, did you honor the orphans? No, you didn't honor the orphans.
Wow.
And so forth.
Fantastic.
Guys, if you get a chance to read it, please read Surah Fajr. It's not long at all, but there's a lot there.
On that note, we're going to go to a very short video, but we're going to have to say goodbye to Muhammad Qasir, who did an absolutely amazing job, put on the spot, gave a 2-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute lecture, which was fantastic. You have a bright future ahead of you, Muhammad.
We're taking bookings for Muharram and for Arbaeen and so Ramadan for
Inshallah. But look, thank you so much, Muhammad. Once after the break, we're going to be welcoming on another guest. You've seen his face before, but hopefully you don't mind seeing it again. On that note, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
هي صعبة، المشكلة الدنيا يعني حتى أخو مالك سندني والقرآن الكريم من زاد الزيت على والدتي على المصرف للمدرسة موجهة، وهسه أخذ أبو النزار وشهد زين، وناس كلها ما ترحم، كلها تجي تحكي عليك بس ما تعرف ظروفك اللي عايش بيها أنت شنو. أتذكر يعني هواي مرت علي ظروف صعبة، هواي اللي وقعنا مرات ثاني. أنا وجهالي صار له والله 7 أيام بالإنفلونزا وقعنا، يعني استونا والله العظيم. هسه أشهدك للمضمد ببلاش جاي يدزلنا العلاج ماله، والله هم بعد ما عندي سند بالحياة غيرهم. وأنا هم قعدت من ذاك اليوم لليوم، أتوفى أبوهم عمر 20 سنة، وقعدت وحطمت نفسي عليهم، وأهلي عافوني وعيالي والله ما يجون، وكلهم خو عيالي يعني شو أقول لك، كلهم رواتب وخير من الله، بس ما يتواصلون. ما أطلب
فينا أنت بس ارجع عنا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Heartbreaking story with this family here, where the father unfortunately lost his life at work, where he was electrocuted. As you know, we've seen in Iraq, sometimes the health and safety isn't as good as it should be, and unfortunately, due to negligence or due to not having the proper protocols in place, this family has lost their father, who was bringing in, you know, a considerable amount of money, giving them a very, very decent lifestyle. You can see that the girls here are still in their school uniform. They're eager to study, they're eager to have an ambitious life and to make something of themselves, as well as the boy here as well, with ambition and full of motivation to become something. But because no one is there to earn money, this family struggles week in and week out of trying to make ends meet. Brothers and sisters, I urge you and I plead to you to help families like this by donating whatever you can. And your money will be spent in order for them to be able to go to school, be able to go and eat, be able to pay for electricity and gas and so forth. These are their main worries. Where children like this, their main worry should be whether, you know, they're doing their homework correct, or, you know, what TV show they want to watch tonight, or, you know, which toys to play with. Not how we're going to eat tomorrow, or not how we're going to even go, are we going to be able to go to school next week, or so forth. Brothers and sisters, you can make a change, you can make the difference. Be that difference and be that change.
Your contribution can help us break the cycle of poverty and create a brighter future for generations to come.
What are we, happy vibes, yeah? No.
Brothers and sisters, there's one line out of that video which I was watching, and it really does, you know, every single time we watch these videos, they are eye-openers, but sometimes it needs just one scene of one of these videos to really kind of break your heart and really bring the excitement levels down a bit, just to say, you know what, let's just reflect on what in the world we just saw just now. The little girl who was crying and turning towards the camera, you know, the question was asked to her, what if you could speak to your dad, if you could speak to your father again, what would you say to him? And she said, I wouldn't say anything to him. All I want is for him to come back to me. All I want is for him to come back to me. Now, we've heard these lines before. We've heard these lines before, especially in the story of Ashura and in the story of Karbala. You know, when Sayyidah Ruqayyah, who's probably not older than the girl that we've seen today, when Sayyidah Ruqayyah alayhi salam was pushed and shoved and kicked and slapped and all of that, from side to side, and all she wanted, she didn't know what was going on. She didn't know, you know, right from wrong, and she didn't know, you know, why these people were doing this to him. She's just a 5-year-old kid. But she mentioned those lines, I don't want anything, I just want my father back. And so this desperate cry that these kids have, you know, sometimes you think, yeah, we are living in a bit of a blessing, we are living in what we call ni'mah, but history repeats itself in a way, and where we couldn't do anything for Sayyidah Ruqayyah back in those days, we can do something for these young children now. And that's why any small donation that you have, whether it's £50 or the 1400, but the iftar pack can go a long way. It can go a long way to helping just put a smile back on the faces of these young children, even if it's for a day or two, just for them to forget their troubles just for a day or two. It goes genuinely, it goes a long way, However, on a more lighter note, we do have Haj Yasser with us once again. Haj Yasser, you were here yesterday. We had a fantastic fundraising event. How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
Not too bad.
It's nice to see you. It's nice to see Sayyid Muhsin again. How are you, Sayyidina?
How was your dish dash?
My dish dash is, alhamdulillah, is good. It's better than what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Just for the brother.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell them because it's okay now. Yeah? So Yasser was stood here yesterday because he had some stains on the left side of his dish dash. His stains, how the stains came about, I'm not sure. Maybe it was food, he just had iftar, I don't know. But the stains was on his left side, so he had to stand here and this way most of the time.
I used the clipboard.
He even used the blackboard to kind of cover what was there, so he had to stand here. But now he's got a fresh, clean, white dish dasher. But look, Yasser, something happened that was amazing yesterday, and I really have to thank you and put my hat off for you. And yesterday you pledged £700 for the water wells.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What motivated you to do that? What was the inspiring factor behind it?
I thought that, I'm going to be in a lot of these live shows and I'm going to be telling people donate, please donate. But I haven't donated myself. And I tell people that donating isn't a hard thing. Like, it's not something you should be double checking with yourself. Oh, can I do it? Can I not? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised you that even if you do donate, it will come back to you. And if I truly believe in that, if I truly believe that no matter what I donate, I'll get back, I can do it on TV and I can tell people what I'm gonna donate £700, even though maybe I might not have £700. Maybe I'm in a financial difficulty and I'm not telling you, but I know that because I donated that £700, I'm gonna get it back.
Inshallah.
And that's what prompted me. I didn't want to be a hypocrite.
My mother just messaged me and she said, Salam mamati, arid atbarra, £50.
MashaAllah.
I want to donate £50.
Thank
you very much, Mum. Ashkurich, shukran lil-tabarru'at matish. Thank you so much. I believe it could have been the story of the Sayyida Ruqayya, because she has a very soft spot for Sayyida Ruqayya. It might not have been, but she might be watching the show from the beginning. But thank you very much, Mum. Ashkurich, thank you so much for that that donation. Of course, we thank every single member of the world who are watching this show, who have been donating. It's absolutely fantastic to hear. We have a caller on the line. Go on, Yasser. Bismillah.
Really? Assalamu alaikum, dear caller. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem. What's your name?
My name is Zahra Mukhlis.
Zahra Mukhlis. And where are you calling from today?
Pardon?
Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from London.
London, mashallah, mashallah. What made you call in today?
To help people.
Ahsanti. How much would you like to pledge live on TV today, sister?
I would like to pay £300, £100 for me, my sister, and my so basically £200.
Salawat. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Mashallah, mashallah.
And you know what? I also want to thank the parent that's whispering in her ear as well. Mum or dad, whoever you are, thank you very much for getting your daughter to call on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
That's a very nice pledge.
Can we ask as well, what are the words of encouragement that you can give to other people who are watching the show that might be thinking, shall I not donate? What would you say to them right now?
What I would say is, even if you don't have a lot of money or anything, still pay as much as you can, because it would still benefit for all the other people.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Fantastic.
much.
Really appreciate your time, and we really appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. And inshallah, we'll see you soon.
Fantastic.
Okay, brilliant. So, do you know what? It doesn't stop there. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that was beautiful. That we were just talking about the young girl that was crying, and that, subhanAllah, we want to thank the mother, just like Mullah Ali said, the parents of that girl, because she sounded quite young. And it was beautiful to see that she called in and pledged £300, not only on behalf of herself, but on behalf of her sister and her family members, which is what we say to you a lot, that you might not be able to afford, for example, the water well. But if you bring in family members saying, listen, just a couple away.
Do you know what, on that note, a message to my mother, Mama, I might have to walk her through the process just in case. Mama, that I think what she's doing now is she's got YouTube, or she's watching the show through her phone, right? But she's got it linked to the TV. ماما اطلعي من اليوتيوب من التليفون مالتك، روحي للكاميرا وطقي صورة to this. هذا هنا وين راح؟
لا
هذا طقي صورة. بس ما تطقين صورة لهذا الكيو ار كود يسموه هذا، بس ما تطقين صورة راح يفتح لك ويب سايت. بالويب سايت راح يقول لك شلون تتبرعين. And that is a message to all of the Arabic viewers out there, the mums and dads who are sitting down about to watch Shia Voice. إذا تريدون تتبرعون إن شاء الله لهذا البرنامج إمام حسين Charity باسم سيدة رقية باسم إمام الحسين عليه السلام باسم الإمام المهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف هذا المعلومات هنا قدامكم 0203 والرقم الواتساب as well. زين sorry I know most of you guys are in English but just in case I only said that because my mum speaks Arabic and so I told her how to donate. We have another caller on the line.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Your name and where you're calling from?
Assalamu
alaikum. What's your name?
My name is Hassan.
Hassan, where are you calling from?
London.
Hello.
MashaAllah. Hassan, welcome to the show.
Whereabouts in London?
In Wembley.
Not far
Wembley.
from here.
Family.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Fantastic.
Hassan, are you going to be donating tonight?
Yes, I already donated £10, but now I'm donating another £10.
My God, fantastic. You know what? I want to do something as well, if it's okay with you.
What is it?
I'm gonna say, look, you've called in once. You thought, nah, that's not enough. I'm gonna do it again. So now you put in £20, right?
Yes.
Just for tonight, I want you to say, you know what? Let's double it and make it £40 for today.
Okay.
Fantastic, brilliant. Thank you so much. Muhammad, Ahsan. Thank you very, very much for that. Once again, we are encouraging. Any words of why did you call in again? Tell me.
Why did I call?
Yeah.
Because I love to help people out. I love to help people who are struggling in life.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. You are an inspiration to others and you've inspired people to call in. You've inspired people to donate. I hope your parents are happy. You've made Allah happy as well. You've made the Imams happy. So thank you very much for your donation. Thank you.
MashaAllah, young caller.
Haji Yasser.
Yes, Wallah. Talk to me.
You had Iftar today.
Alhamdulillah.
There are thousands of people for whom Iftar is a luxury, as we know. Now, what is your message to the viewers regarding this?
Regarding this, I would say, okay, for the people that are living in London or for the people that are living in England, you should have had your iftar long time ago, if you're living in England already. And if you've had your iftar already and you're watching the show right now live, let me ask you something. Did you have food to eat? Did your mom, your wife, your sister, a parent, did they make food for you? And did you have more than just one option? Maybe you had white rice, red rice, you had starters, mains, dessert, you had a cold cup of water, maybe a Coke Zero, you had options. And most of us did. Today I had many options. I had chicken to choose from, lamb to choose from, and I know firsthand from these videos that we show you that there are people that say, chicken, lamb, I haven't had that in 3 months, let alone have I had potatoes or vegetables. I can barely afford flour. So brothers and sisters, why we tell you facts like this, that there are thousands of people that haven't had iftar today, that didn't even break their fast and that are still starving themselves, that are still fasting, is because you might have had that option today to eat more than one meal. You probably had starters, you had many options, but there are people in this world that didn't have any options. That's why we remind you, for you to say, you know what, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me, has blessed you, to have these options, to break your fast in a luxurious way. But there are people that didn't have this blessing. So why can't you share these blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you, to the world, to your brothers and sisters? For Imam Ali alayhi salam has said that people in this world are either your brothers in faith or your brothers in humanity. So why can't you share that luxury with your brothers?
Yep. On that note, and we mentioned before, thank you very much, Haji Asad. On that note, we mentioned before that, you know, those who are less fortunate have a right over us. Actually, Imam Sadiq says, the Muslim's right upon another Muslim is that he must not be full and his brother remains hungry. He must not have his thirst quenched while his brother remains thirsty. These are the words of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. Right? It's in Usul al-Kafi, volume 2, page 170, that these Muslims have a right on us, that we can't quench our thirst if another brother remains thirsty. That's why we have to do what we can in order to donate and spread awareness for those who are in need.
It could be a case, God forbid it happens, but on the day of judgment, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you, oh, your brother was hungry, your brother was thirsty.
Absolutely.
What did you do?
Yeah.
With what face will we look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And with what face will we look at Fatima Zahra salamu alayha? Or Abu Abdullah Hussein, when he asked you, your fellow brother was thirsty and you did not give him water? Brothers and sisters, this is the time for you to make a change. This is the time for you to gain that ajr and for you to reap the benefits of Ramadan and also to put a smile on the face of our Imam of our time.
I want to pause now, especially when it comes to the water well campaign, because one water well can provide enough clean water for a whole village.
Yes.
A whole village, right? So I want to give you some facts. We might have mentioned this before, but it's still very pertinent. 2.2 billion people do not have access to safe, clean water. More than 80% of Pakistanis face severe water scarcity for at least 1 month of the year. Over the course of 1 year, globally, women spend a total of 200 million hours a day collecting water, and by 2030 around 700 million people could be displaced by intense water scarcity. So Master, I wanted to ask, if someone was to donate to the water well campaign, is there details around the specifics around this water well?
Yes, there is. I mean, for those who are wanting to know where exactly is the water well going to be built, how deep is it going to be, how many people will it suffice, and so forth, we can get that information for you. It's not a problem. We do work alongside other charities who have the logistics to carry out building and putting in the pumps and so forth and things like that. But yes, it's mainly, I can say, it's in the central southern region of Pakistan, especially the places were really affected by the floods, which happened a few months ago and so forth. So yeah, anyone needs any information, feel free to email us at info@imamhusseincharity.com or give us a call 0203 515 1122 where we'll have all the information you require.
So there is a competition of the day, a question of the day. For you to enter this competition, you need to have a minimum £5 donation. Send proof to our WhatsApp, and the question that you need to answer is, how many chapters in the Quran are named after animals, and can you name these surahs? How many chapters in the Quran are named after animals, and can you name those chapters? What is up for grabs are the following.
We've got again the pendant. It says Ya Qamar Bani Hashim.
They're going to make a quick zoom on this.
Another pendant as well, and I think that one has the ayah from Surah 33 verse 33.
Ayah Tathir.
And also
that one is
a bangle which has one of the verses of Zat Ashura on it.
So Qamar Bani Hashim, Ayah Tathir, and we have Ziyat Ashura as well. All of these artifacts can be up for grabs if you answer a simple question and enter the competition. The winner will be revealed in tomorrow's show. The winner will be revealed. Today, just in case you've tuned in late, the winners were Seyhan and Nayan Ali, who have delved into their pocket money for them to be able to donate to the cause. They are the winners of these fantastic gifts. And this is yours.
Thank you so
Mom
much.
sent me another message. What do you want, Mummy? Inshallah all as well.
For those of you still watching, the campaigns that we are raising money for are...
she's done it. She showed me. She
showed me
she's
proof that she's done
it. Yeah. Thank you, Mum. Thank you, Habibti. Shukran. Allah yatish al-afiyah, inshallah. Wa yarham. Thank you very much.
But the campaigns are the Iftar pack, which is £30. And then we have sponsoring an orphan for £50, and then also building a water well for £1,400. You guys can pay via any currency, major credit cards and bank accounts are all accepted. You can go to www.imamhusseincharity.com, and if you want a little bit of help with your donation, our volunteers are ready on the phone lines 0203 515 1122.
Now, if you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, no, this is not the Shia Voice. Shia Voice will start hopefully in the next 30 minutes. Don't worry, the set hasn't changed, but it's still a worthy cause because you're now sitting back, relaxed. You're looking forward to a show which hopefully brings your family together. But there are those out there that don't have the means to have a family and sitting together. So go into your pockets, go into your wallets, especially on your phone, and make a donation today. Make a change. Thank you very, very much. Something was said in my ear, but I didn't get it. But anyway, Yasser, I was going to say, you've been on Shia Voice last year.
Alhamdulillah.
But actually, let's not go. We've got about a couple of minutes left, right? Any last thoughts for today, so that you can encourage people to call in or donate?
I wanted to say, well, we were talking about the water well, and I mentioned yesterday that something like a water well is sadaqah jariyah. That every single time someone accesses that water and drinks that water, and imagine Mullah Ali said that this is a water well that will give water to a whole village.
Indeed.
So imagine a whole village, every time they even drink a sip of that water, you get the rewards and you get the good deeds, even though you might have passed away, and even though it might have been many years later, you still get the rewards. And I remember a hadith by Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, where he says, a man, if you give water to a place where there is no water, it is as if you have saved a soul. And saving a soul is as if you have saved all mankind. So imagine, brothers and sisters, you and 10 other friends just donating £100, you and 14 other friends just donating £100 each can be saving all humanity in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's eyes. I feel like that's the last thing I wanted to say on today's charity fundraiser. That if you truly want to get a reward like no other, I don't think there's a reward higher than saving all mankind, all just by donating £100 alongside with 14 friends.
Absolutely. You know what? This is coming from a man that's not just talking the talk. Yes. He has walked the walk as well, and he has pledged £700 more. I think in the previous shows as well. He got roped into donating, which is absolutely fine. But this is a man that says, you know what? I don't have the means, but I'll find it. Because I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will sustain me. And that's the kind of mentality that we want to push out there. Yes, you might not have the means. Yes, things might be a bit tight here and there, but we're just looking for small donations that can make a massive, massive change. So, say Muhsin, any words?
I'd like to say that for those of you who are hesitant, for those of you who are thinking, oh, I'm not sure and so forth, look, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam has told us, donating will take away calamities. Donating will increase your risk. Donating will take away illnesses. Donating will help your marhumin in the hereafter and so forth. So there are so many benefits of donating. Why are you still watching us? You should pick up the phone at www.imamhusseincharity.com. If you have issues with the internet, give us a call 0203 515 1122. Our volunteers are there to help take your call and help donate.
And you know what? It's so simple and it's so straightforward. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but my mother, who probably doesn't really know much about English, or she doesn't speak that much English, but she managed to follow the process. I explained it to her, and she donated £50 towards the orphans. So thank you to her, and thank you to every single person who has donated today. But it doesn't end there, because we have a last push. £30 goes towards an iftar pack. These are ingredients that the Muslims, the believers, the people who are less fortunate are able to use in order to have iftar for a couple of days. It could be a day, 2, 3. We don't really know, but it could help them. However, there are certain ingredients that are very important, like rice and lentils and flour and oil, tea, and salt, dates, and all of that.
So yes, definitely.
£50 for the orphans. Your £50 could help sustain an orphan for a couple of days, weeks, months. It depends on the situation. It could help with education costs, it could help with electricity costs, it could help with their iftar, it could help with their travel costs, it could help with them paying the bills, because most of them over there, and I think Sayyid Muhsin, you'll testify to this, most of the orphans out there, especially if they are male in the family, the responsibility is on them to be the breadwinner in their father or their mother's absence, right?
Yes.
So that £50 can help those who are, they've been thrust into the world of responsibility at the age of like 8, 9 or 10, for them to go out into the real world, to try and find a job or try and find some money to bring back to their families. That is an absolutely daunting thought, that an 8, 9, 10-year-old has to live with that responsibility. But that is reality, brothers and sisters, and that's where we want you to help. We want you to help with the £50 that could help with the orphans. But above all is the £1,400 that goes to a water well, which is absolutely amazing. That you could put your name or the name of your marhumeen, that anytime someone drinks or anytime uses wudu or anytime someone uses it for cooking or whatever the use is, that water well will go on for eternity.
Indeed.
Giving fresh water, and every single time someone gives a sip, has a sip of water, from that water well, it will go towards you or your marhumin or whoever that you put your name in, which is an unbelievable thought, the sadaqah jariyah, right?
Fantastic. I mean, look, like you said, it's not, a water well doesn't last a year or 2 years or 5 or 10, it lasts a lifetime. And I think, the water wells will last more than one lifetime. So you're looking at, your grandchildren and even your great-grandchildren, when they're living, you're still receiving the thawab, you're still receiving all the ajr and so forth. So brothers and sisters, pick up the phone 0203 515 1122 or visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Right. Yesterday, I know I've already said last words.
Yeah.
You can chip in now. It doesn't mean you're done.
My last word is please donate, because I don't know. I honestly don't know, because we keep saying the same things. We tell people the benefits, and they're not picking up the phone. Like,
no. Whoa. Today they picked up the phone.
I haven't finished.
Yeah. You don't want to start with that. You don't want to lead with that.
I haven't finished.
Audience,
I'm saying good things.
You've picked up the phone. You've been amazing.
We've had
so many phone calls.
I was going to say good things.
Sorry, go on.
I keep saying last words, and the last words won't change. That your donations will help someone in need. So 100%, a lot of people called in today, but there could have been more.
Yes.
There could have been more. And
Yes.
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, it's a very good thing. And I thank God for letting people like the ones that called in today to call in and to donate.
Yeah.
But there are still some people there that haven't picked up the phone and are still double checking, should I not? They need that last push. We're giving you that last push. That's why people like Sayyid Muhsin Shah, Mullah Ali Fadil, or me, someone like myself is on your screen. We're giving you that push that you need, that motivation to donate and help someone.
Stop being stingy. These people need your help, and if you're not going to help them, who's going to help them?
All right. On that bombshell. On that note, look, brothers and sisters, I'm going to conclude today's show as we started it, and we mentioned Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. This is his month. The month in which we remember the martyrdom of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Now he left a legacy. He is remembered for many things: bravery on the battlefield, his wisdom, his knowledge, his justice. But one of the main things that we remember Amir al-Mu'mineen as, he's being the father of the orphans, right? The father of the orphans, and that is said not lightly. He's said with so much sincerity, because on the night of his martyrdom, or on the night where he was struck and he was laying in bed and he was very sick and ill, you would find orphans coming and knocking on the door of Amir al-Mu'mineen, trying to give some milk to sustain him, to try and get him to be better. But once he passed away, what happened to those orphans? It was left for the responsibility of the rest of the Imams to be able to take care of them. But there were so many orphans that relied on Amir al-Mu'mineen. You can be that Amir al-Mu'mineen to them. You can be that person that can sustain them by just giving a 30, 40, 50 pounds, and you can follow in the footsteps of Imam Ali alayhi salam. We always say that we want to follow in the footsteps of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. This is one of the ways that you can follow in the footsteps of the Ahlul Bayt, and specifically in this holy month, the footsteps of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. On that note, Yasser, it's been absolutely amazing to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali Fadil. The phone lines are still open. You can still donate. I know you guys are, looking forward to the next program and so forth, but there's still time to make a change. www.imamhusseincharity.com, or give us a call 0203 515 1122. Mr. Ali Fadil, we've got about 20 seconds or so left.
Scan the barcode on your screen. You're probably going to see me in about 15-20 minutes, dressed differently, but that's going to be sheer voice. That doesn't matter. What matters is here and now, and what matters is Imam Hussein Charity, and what matters is your donation. It's on the screen. All the details are there. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you to all those that donated, by the way.
Thank you.
Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
These orphans need your help and require your assistance. Don't let any of these orphans go hungry this Ramadan. Please donate.
Don't let this be the end. Keep the hope alive.
Imam Hussein Charity is giving you the chance to provide food baskets for destitute and impoverished families all over Iraq and Afghanistan. So let's see what your donation gets, Ali. We have oil, tomato paste, we have tahini, lentils, sugar, tea, pasta, tuna cans, salt, dates, rice. She would also be receiving fruit, vegetable and meats, and that comes fresh on the day delivery and only costs £30. Brothers and sisters, you can pay via bank transfer, PayPal, or you can visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Your donation can make a world of difference in the life of a hungry child.
يعني مواد كهربائية ما عندنا، لا ثلاجة لا مبردة لا غسالة، مواد غذائية والله مقطعين هسه همات لو حباية ما عندنا، الله شاهد. مصرف لاكل، مصرف غليل، طبيب هاي الجهال يعني تتمرض بلا طبيب، حتى رعاية ماكو. هو الحج أبونا من توفى مات كل شيء ما عنده، لا راتب لا كل شيء، خلى ما أبد ما عندنا كل شيء، بس هاي دين الطابقات اللي قاعدين جواهن وهم مفلشات هسه. شوف والله أفكر يعني المستقبل الجهالي يعني نريد نستقيل، نريد بيت يعني على حسابنا، نريد يعني نرتاح بالدنيا. هاي مصرف هيك صعبة يعني صعبة كلش.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I've been kindly brought to Hajia Saif's house and she's telling me that she has 6 children. The older 3 were at school, but due to lack of finances, she had to take 2 of them out and only 1 goes to school now. The question is, what happened to the father? The father unfortunately died in a car crash and has left 6 wonderful children behind. The tragedy doesn't stop there with just losing the father and that no money is coming into the house. It's also that Saif has kidney stones and cannot afford treatment for them. Not only has she got kidney stones, but her son as well has kidney stones, who with his condition is going to school because he's the only one with further education, the one that they have their faith and hope in that will succeed and inshallah turn things around for them. He also has kidney stones. Families like these struggle all the time, and they struggle with things like paying for electricity, paying rent, providing enough food and medicine for their children, and furthermore trying to keep healthy, keep warm and keep motivated in order to turn things around. Here right now the temperature is dropping and it is extremely cold. And I wonder, how do these children sleep at night where the floor is cold, cold air is coming in because the house isn't properly enclosed and has glass missing from windows, cracks in the wall and so forth. Brothers and sisters, families like these need your help and your assistance. Here in Karbala, we've been trying to help these families by providing them with food, with clothes, even sponsorships for them to go to school and so forth. The work hasn't stopped and the work must continue. It can only continue with your support and your help. So brothers and sisters, please donate and contribute and help make these families and these orphans and these children, help make their lives a lot better.
Orphans deserve love, care and happiness. Your donation can provide them with all 3. Donate now.
Put a finger down if you have access to fresh water. Put a finger down if you have food in your fridge. Put a finger down if you have access to healthcare. Put a finger down if you have never lived in a war zone. Put a finger down if you have family around you. Put a finger down if you have a warm bed to sleep in. Put a finger down if you have clothes in your wardrobe. Put a finger down if you have a roof over your head. Put a finger down if you have access to education. Put a finger down if you want to be part of changing the world.